Hello! In this video, I'm going to be showing you how I create time entries automatically with Salesforce Flow. Alright, so in this org, I have a test object. It looks up to a quality assurance object, which looks up to projects. So a QA engineer would come and fill out this information here on a test record, which I have pre-filled, and put the status to in progress when they're going to work on a test. All right, so I have a flow that's going to set the start time here automatically when the status is changed to in progress. Once the user finishes the test, they'll come back and put in any findings here in this other section for test results, and they will change the status to either passed or failed depending upon the results of the test. So I'm going to pass this test here, and that is going to pre-populate the finish time with a flow and show the duration in hours and minutes. That's a formula field, and the date complete here. So all these fields down here at the bottom are populated automatically with flows, or they are formula fields. So the user does not need to fill out anything here. And you can see down here on the times related list, it says 0, but if I reload the page, we will see that there is now one time entry, which has been automatically created via another flow. All right, so let's take a look at this. All this information is pre-populated with flow based on when the test started and when the test finished. So it's going to get the number of the test, the start and finish time, the ID of the test, the type, for the name. I'm using a few different things here in a formula field, and the hours are calculated automatically based on the date time fields. So let's go ahead and take a look at the flow on the back end here. So I called this flow create time after save when test status changes from in progress to passed or failed. It's very easy to see what this flow does and what objects or fields it is using. All right, here's the name formula. So I'm using some text, the number field, and the current status, whether it's passed or failed. For the hours, I'm taking the start time and I'm subtracting it from the time of now, and I'm also calculating it to the nearest quarter hour. So if you don't want quarter hours, you can just use now in the start time. But here, I am rounding to the nearest quarter of an hour. And I also have a validation rule that checks for this on the time object and the hours field. So here you can see it right here. So that's gonna make sure that nobody can put in a time that's not 1, 1.25, 1.5, 1.75, and so on. Now, if changing the status field doesn't work for you as a trigger, in this example, the status is never going to move back and forth. But if you have that type of situation, you could do it a different way with like a checkbox field or a number field. You could create a checkbox field, call it clocked in, and then calculate the time as a user clocks in and out. That's how I might do it that way if I couldn't use the status field. But in this situation, the status, triggering on the status works very well, and it completely automates any time entries in this org. So that's how I did it. Let me know if you plan on using something like this, and thank you for watching.